Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today is going to be an exciting day of working on the Chevelle because we're going to be pulling the body off the frame and mounting the body to our new rotisserie, which is going to be the best way to do a proper frame-off restoration. There's still a handful of things that I need to remove off the body first, like everything on the firewall, and I'm going to work on getting all of that taken care of while I wait on my friend Joe to get here. He's going to help me weld additional bracing within the structure just to give it some more integrity, help keep things rigid and in line when we pull the body off of the frame. This is where things are going to really start kicking off with the frame build and the metal fab and all of that good stuff. I hate that it's taken me so long to get to this point. It seems like I'm like a month away every single time on videos, but good thing is the new shop is finished. We are currently working on getting the old shop reorganized for additional bodywork and fabrication content and stuff that I plan on filming in the coming months. So lots of really good things happening. There's just never enough hours in the day, but this is going to be awesome. I hope you guys enjoy. A big thanks to Original Parts Group for sponsoring the restoration portion of this build, and a special thanks to O'Reilly Auto Parts and Valvoline as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Since the gas tank straps are actually tied into the body, I'm going to go ahead and drop that first, and while the car is up in the air, I'll start pulling the bolts for the body mounts. Just a couple more things underneath here. Gotta pull the original speedometer cable and a few portions of the parking brake system. Alright guys, Joe just got here. While I'm working on finishing up disassembling firewall and everything, he's going to be working on a 71 Beetle Roadster project over there that's pretty wild. So there's going to be a little bit of extra noise, but we'll go ahead and get this taken care of, and he'll be freed up and we can get this body off. Well, that's one way to do it. everything is pretty well stripped up here. Now I'm gonna head back into the interior to pull out the rest of the wiring harness and the pedals. Aside from a handful of bolts and screws, this thing is completely gutted. Now we're gonna start measuring for the tubing that's gonna go in for the temporary structure. Like I was saying earlier, we basically wanna brace all of the key areas of the body, having tubes going all over the place, so when we take the body off of the frame, it's a lot stronger than it is right now, because when you take it off of the frame and don't have anything else supporting it, you run the risk of having things tweak or bend, especially in the middle area right here where you don't have a super substantial structure. So let's get to it. Now we've got 4 bars to brace the door areas. So the bracing is all finished up. Let me explain what's going on here. The way Joe configured everything, it's taken advantage of some of the car's existing structure and just supporting the other bits. So when the body is on the frame, it's secured at the front and the back with nothing in the middle. So the body is gonna naturally wanna pinch down in this area. So by having everything braced right here, it will prevent the body from those natural tendencies. It's also braced side to side, so there's no way it can tweak when you're, flipping the body up, down, and around that how you can do on a rotisserie. On more extreme jobs in the past, like cars that he's had to replace firewalls and whatnot, you can actually bring the skeleton all the way up and around basically any which way you need to brace key areas. For example, we're not having to replace this whole floor pan because it's in pretty good shape, but this center bar is just a good example. He welded it up above the floor, so if you needed to replace the floor pan, you're not going to have any issues with the skeleton. And if you had to put the doors back on, you can still do that because all of the bars are located on the inside of the car. So it's pretty cool, but the way it's all configured right now is going to work out really good for this car. It's time to pull the body off the frame. Go ahead, Joe. I'll keep an eye on it from back here. Now we've just got to roll the frame out of the shop so we can bring the rotisserie inside. This is our new rotisserie, and what's really cool about this is that there's hydraulic rams on either end so you can raise and lower the body as needed. Once it's secure, you can flip it over completely around to get easy access to the underside. Depending on, which rotisserie you get, they come with different adapters for various vehicles. Sometimes you have to make the mounts and whatnot, and it's also able to accommodate shorter and longer bodies by just expanding that midsection. So this is going to be pretty cool to see how it all comes together.
Back to me just a little bit more. Yeah, that one got turned through.
Back here, I'm able to use these mounts with a couple bolt holes that are already in the body, but up front, we're gonna have to get a little bit more creative. These are some of the universal mounts that came with this particular rotisserie. They'll go on the end of these little fork type deals. We'll have to measure and drill holes so we'll be able to tap into this factory body mount setup. Here's the biggest advantage to us putting the body on the rotisserie. We can flip it all the way around. There's one bolt right there that needs to be repositioned so we can actually make like a full 360. But with the underside facing out this way, we can work on everything underneath here that needs to be repaired, like, the rust in the floor pans and whatnot. This is so, you don't have to keep it on the lift in there and be looking up the whole time and straining your neck. It makes it really, really easy to work on pretty much every single aspect of the body. This is going to be sweet. Yeah, all of this is going to be so much simpler doing it this way. It's just so surreal seeing the body twisting around like that, but everything is super, super solid. The bracing worked out perfect. The rotisserie is amazing. It's going to get a lot of use over the years. Too cool. Well, everyone, I just rolled the frame into the new shop, so it's as clean as it's going to get, so at least the disassembly is going to be a bit less messy. I'm really looking forward to getting this thing torn down so I can have it blasted and move on with the frame rebuild. It's going to be so much fun. And the best part is, this will be the first project content that I'll be filming in the new shop, which is a whole lot more comfortable than the old shop. So that's gonna be a whole load of difference in itself. But anyway, be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. It really helps the videos a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so, because of course, there's a whole lot more content where that came from. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.